Good morning, children. Today we'll continue with chemical reactions, equations, part 3. Now, what are we going to learn in part 3? Balancing the chemical equations. Last time I told you we'll continue from this topic. Am I right? What do you understand by balancing the equations? If you remember, standard 9th, John Dalton, atomic theory, when we studied, we have learned that atoms cannot be created nor destroyed, which means in a chemical reaction, these two components which are given on the left hand side, they are said to be the reactant, and the other side you have the product. For balancing, according to atomic theory, the atoms of these reacting elements are not created, they are not destroyed. That means they should be balanced on both the sides. So when you try to balance the equation, that process is called balancing chemical equations, in which the first and foremost thing is you should know what is the correct chemical formula of the compound. For example, this is iron oxide. But if I don't know how iron oxide is to be written, then that can be a problem. Water. If I don't know the correct formula of water, again, the equation will not be correct. So first and foremost thing is you should know the chemical formula, which you have already come across in standard 9. How chemical formulas of different compounds are formed by balancing the ions, balancing the valencies. I hope you recollect that. Now here I have taken up an example of iron reacting with water. It's not actually water, but we can call it as steam. Iron in the steam form, water in steam form. When you pass steam over iron, it breaks down, it reacts to form iron oxide and hydrogen gas is given out. Now how will you balance it? Now here you count the number of atoms. This is 7 atom compound. 2 atom, 3 atom, and this is 1 atom. So which is having greatest, that part you take up first. Now here iron oxide is having greater number of atoms. And in that also oxygen is 4 atoms. So you try to balance the oxygen first. Here it is 4, on the other side it's just 1. So if I want to make it 4, before that one point you should be very clear about is, you cannot make any changes at this atomic level. Means these are all the formulas. These formulas you can't make any changes. Iron is written as Fe, water is written as H2O, iron oxide is written as Fe3O4, hydrogen is written as H2. So this you can't make any change. Whatever change you want to write is now at the molecular level in front. You can write the numbers. So here 4 oxygen means I can put 4 over here. This 4 will be applicable to H2 as well as O, which means oxygen is now balanced 4. Here also it is 4. But now what is getting disturbed? Hydrogen. 2 atoms of hydrogen 4 times will give you 8 hydrogen atoms in this part. So on the reactant side there are 8 hydrogen atoms, whereas on the product side there is only 2 hydrogen atoms. So if I want to make it 8, I'll have to put 4 over here. Did you understand? I didn't write 8 over here directly. Got my point? I didn't write 4 over here at this level for oxygen. It is put in front at the molecular level. So 4 molecules of water, here 4 molecules of hydrogen. Balance. But now again, if you go through the equation, here iron is 3 and here iron is 1. So what should I do? Yes, you are right. Put 3 over here. So your final balance form will be, you read it like this: 3 molecules of iron reacts with 4 molecules of water to give 1 molecule of Fe3O4, that's iron oxide, and 4 molecules of hydrogen gas. Understood? Let us take up one more example. Magnesium burns in air to form magnesium oxide. I hope you must have watched the related video which I had connected in the previous class, wherein you must have seen the magnesium strip burning with a dazzling flame, white flame. Got it? Okay. Now here, when that magnesium burns in air, that is oxygen, it is forming magnesium oxide. Here again, if you see, magnesium is 1 on either side, reactant and product side, but oxygen here it is 2 and here it is 1. Again, you cannot put 2 over here in the oxygen point Because magnesium oxide is always MgO. Magnesium loses 2 electrons, oxygen accepts 2 electrons. So magnesium oxide molecular formula is correct. But if I want to balance it, I'll have to put 2. Where should I put the 2? Over here. So 2 oxygen, balanced. But then when you put 2 over here, the magnesium becomes 2. So balance magnesium by putting 2 in front. This is the final balance form. 2 molecules of magnesium reacting with 1 molecule of oxygen, forming 2 molecules of magnesium oxide. Let us take one more example. Say water. H2 plus O2 forming H2O. Isn't it? Very simple. But again over here, hydrogen is balanced, but oxygen is not. I cannot put 2 over here. If I put, it will become hydrogen peroxide, a different compound. So again I am repeating 9th standard molecular formula, how it is formed, that I have already explained. Chemical formula of compounds have been explained. So that rule is applied over here. There is a covalent bonding between hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen shares 1 electron each with 2 hydrogen atoms and forms 1 water molecule. So now if the oxygen is to be balanced, as we did it in the previous case, you will put 2 over here. So 2 oxygen, but now what is getting disturbed? Hydrogen becomes 4, so balance it by putting 2. Clear or not? So the equation for water formation can be shown in this manner. 2 molecules of hydrogen reacting with 1 molecule of oxygen to form 2 molecules of water. If you don't want to express it like that, the same equation, that is, what was the original equation? H2 plus O2 giving H2O. Here I put 2 to balance the oxygen. But if I don't want to do that, I can do it in this way also. I'll put half over here. Half molecule of oxygen stands for 1 oxygen atom. So now the equation is balanced. H2 plus half O2 giving H2O. So 2 different ways you can balance it. Either you say 2 molecules of hydrogen reacts with 1 molecule of oxygen to form 2 molecules